What's going on, fam? Back with another video. Hope you guys have been doing well. For this one, just gonna be relaying my thesis and reminding you guys, look, I really do think that at the end of this year, Bitcoin is going to have higher prices. More than likely, Bitcoin will be more than 150k. And I really do think that once Ethereum really starts breaking out of these all-time high levels and gets our price discovery, look, sky's the limit. I really do think that we'll probably hit 6k plus and beyond. And the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart is looking great. But nonetheless, this video is going to be really just remind you guys once again, the bull market is still here. Don't get phased out. Don't get drawn in the noise just like the majority do when it comes to these news events. But without further ado, I'm Dope Oxide. I make content on YouTube, X, and CoinMarketCap, so be sure to follow those pages, be sure to like and subscribe, and let's get right into it. For liquidations, same thing as before. Yesterday we had a low liquidation day as well as for today, but the long short ratio is actually flipping positive and it's actually on the long side. So let's see where we go about that, but really there's nothing changed for liquidations and nothing to be said for the liquidations. But the liquidation heat map, however, we're actually seeing a lot of liquidations above us. As you guys can see, last night we wicked into that 112k key region, and it's looking like on the lower time frames, that major liquidity event is probably going to be around that 114k area. And if I zoom out to the weekly, it's probably going to be the same as before, as previous video. And there, as you guys can see, like we have so many liquidations above us, and it's really looking like max pain is to the upside. Same goes for Ethereum. As you guys can see, a lot of liquidations above us and not many below us. So really it just tells me that more than likely these late shorters are going to get absolutely destroyed. And it's just a matter of when, not if. Next up is the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart. And once again, nothing really to be said. If I zoom out a bit, like we're just consolidating at major resistance. And of course, we really want to see a breakout. I'm not expecting fireworks until we actually get a successful breakout and a retest of that major resistance as support. Once we do flip it, I do think next continuation point is that 0.05 key region, which is of course about, what is it? It's about 28 to 30% gains from here, which of course, if we do assume Bitcoin stays the same price, which it won't, Ethereum can actually make well into that 6k key region, and that would just mean a massive alt euphoria for base native token assets. And that's why I just cover you guys like base chain assets so often, because I really do think that base chain is the high beta of Ethereum, and once Ethereum to Bitcoin chart starts breaking out, and that will obviously mean that Ethereum will start breaking out, that will of course bring a resurgence and rotation of liquidity from Ethereum into our base native token assets like TOSHI, World Mobile Token, Alien Base, etc. Next up is the others chart. Nothing to be said. We're just really just consolidating once again. And really, it's just boring. Like, we just have to wait for a major pivot point because it just seems like to me the charts are getting ready to squeeze, but we're just not there as of yet. And we're probably just going to have to wait for another week or so. Next up, however, is the stock market. Stock market has actually made another all-time high once again, which just tells me, look, the bull market is still here, zero reason to be bearish on risk on assets, and we're just waiting for that liquidity rotation from the stock market into our crypto assets. Next up is TOSHI. So of course, TOSHI, it's on a little downtrend here, and really we're just waiting for that lower time frame consolidation breakout to happen. Once we do, it could be a decent spot entry to actually accumulate positions, because I really do think that once we break out TOSHI, TOSHI will get moving fast. And really, this consolidation is super healthy, and it just tells me that once TOSHI breaks out in September, along with Bitcoin and Ethereum, we can expect a outperformance of TOSHI compared to Ethereum. Next up is the altcoin season chart, and look, altcoin season chart is looking really good right now. I'll give it another refresh. I was telling you guys we were waiting for a higher high. Looks like we're about to get it. We technically haven't confirmed as of yet, but look, we're getting that higher high, higher low. We're waiting for another print of the higher high. Looks like another double top once again, like we had back here. But of course, that didn't mean it was going to be bearish. We just had to wait and get that continuation. So right now, we're just waiting for that continuation now. Higher highs, higher lows. Once we get into that 75k region where we expect distribution, but mass euphoria across the board. And that's when most likely our base native token assets can really flourish. Next up is the crypto fear greed index. Nothing to be said about here. Like, we're sitting neutral once again, and we can't really expect any flipping of fear to euphoria until we actually get prices moving. Because really, if you guys zoom out for Bitcoin at least, like, we're just grinding slowly higher, and we're just gonna have to wait for a big gold candle inflection point to be had for Bitcoin, because really it's just boring consolidation slash uptrend, and we just have to really just wait and be patient once again. Next up is the FedWatch tool. Rate cuts are sitting at 86%. So I've told you guys, look, ideally we want to see above 90% to actually see that September rate cut. First tweet of the day is Kristen Choi. And what is this called and how is Bitcoin behaving if it is validated? So if you guys aren't aware, this is the USDT dominance chart. Every time the USDT dominance chart drops, that means there is liquidity rotation from stablecoins into crypto token assets. And as you guys can see, higher highs, higher lows, but the MACD and momentum RSI is actually on the downtrend. And what does this tell us? It is a bearish divergence, and bearish divergence are a very likelihood chance of breaking down. So I would not be expect for another lower high to be had here. It rolls over and we can actually make a new downtrend for the USDT dominance, which will obviously mean that crypto assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and base native token assets can really flourish because we can expect a lot of liquidity rotating from USDT and other stablecoins into crypto assets, which of course mean price go up. Next up is my income sharks. So this is just a warning, like a slight little warning. It's nothing to really worry about as of yet. But as you guys can see, Ethereum is sitting comfortable in profits and plenty bullish, but you never want to get blind. The on-balance volume overall still looks good, but we do not want to be seeing a head and shoulders play out. Still plenty of time to flip this back or invalidate, but important to see both sides. So as you guys can see, this is technically a head and shoulders pattern. And usually the target is where it started from. So if we do break down from here, we're going straight to these July levels, which will obviously be quite bearish for Ethereum. But of course, it isn't actually confirmed as of yet. It's just a slight warning sign, and I will monitor this and let you guys know if this actually has a confirmation of the breakdown. But we can easily break out of this. Like as you guys can see, there's a nice little downtrend consolidation pattern here. So we can either go up and break it beyond and obviously make new highs for Ethereum, or obviously break down. But as you guys can see, the inflection point is actually September. So that is why, once again, I told you guys, September is a big month for the crypto markets. A lot of these charts have a major inflection pivot points in September. And that is why, once again, I expect a bullish green month for September. Because I really do think, like, of course, rate cuts will probably happen in September. We're going to see a mass front running of those rate cuts. But that's all to the video, guys. If you guys liked the video, like and subscribe. Comment down below if you have any questions. And that's all to the video, guys. Have a good one. Have a good day. Peace.